Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson Media, and this evening I have my friend Miguda. Miguda Barigani.
Niko salama kakangu Benson. Uko hali gani?
Nasikia kuna echo mahali.
Unasikia eko? Unanisikia vizuri?
Nakusikia lakini kuna echo.
Ama nitumie mashine nyingine?
Hebu jaribu kutoka la kurudi.
Okay.
Hello? Ni kama tuko na shida mahali hapa kwa sababu shida mahali nasikia ni kama najisikiza nikiongea.
Unaendelea? Umerudi studio? Umemute, Brother Benson, umemute. Umemute. Wewe umemute.
There's no volume. Let me see what is happening. But on my side, I can get uh, oh, mm, vitu kuna shida mahali. Hello Miguda.
It is back. It is back. Imerudi. Volume is back.
Okay, just stay on the studio. Yeah, okay. Just stay on the studio. Don't get out.
The volume is back. At times the volume, at times we lost you. At times we lost you. At times volume haikuanga, lakini ameshakia. Leo tutataka kufanya recap for the whole week. What has happened? You have had a very busy week, which has been with political temperature increasing.
Hello?
So the pressure has been increasing. And the question has been by the Gen Z that, yeah, you are very clear.
Can you hear me now?
Very clearly, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we had a problem with some technology here, and thanks to everyone.
So it was on YouTube. It was on YouTube.
Oh, it was on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And let me take this opportunity to thank the following: Gibson Kona, Barigani, mnaendelea aje? Judith Barigani, I hope muko poa, na asante sana kuungana na sisi, ingawaje tumekuwa na hali ya mitambo kidogo, kwa sababu unajua hizi vitu za mitambo saa zingine huwa zinaleta shida ambao sisi wenyewe hatuwezi, lakini nadhani kwa saizi tuko vyema na tuko gangari. Asante sana, safi sana, unasema una neno. Okay, my brother, leo hii wacha tu tuanze tu na jambo ambalo limeona, lakini ni jambo ambalo sasa sisi kama jamii inafaa tuzungumzie sana, mambo ya depression. Depression ni kitu ambacho iko salama sana. Let's enjoy the show. Asante sana. Depression ni iko. Umeona ule aliyekuwa mwanahabari ambao alichoma nyumba yake, ama hujaona? Kuna
Hiyo
mwanahabari.
sijaona. Leo nimekuwa katika safari, sasa sijaona vitu mingi.
Okay. The former radio presenter, Pavin Sigay, set his own house on fire with everything in it. And we don't know what might have transpired to make that one happen. Yeah, so that is something that we will be waiting to hear from.
Event everything, kufinish kumalo.
Amechoma nyumba yote, lakini amekuja hapo akalalamika. Naona kama ni labda ni vitu ambazo zinahusiana na ndoa. Naona kama alizungumzia sana hiyo mambo ya ndoa. So sijui alikuwa na labda hawakukuwa vizuri katika ndoa yao, so ikafanya akafanya hivyo. So hiyo pia iko hapo. Pili, unajua we ni MSDA. Kuna juzi nilikuwa nasoma kuna msichana ambaye anajua kuimba lakini alipigwa ban, sijui kwa nini. Inakujaje ikifika kwa SDA unaweza pigwa ban?
Huyo msichana anaitwa namjua vizuri. Huyo msichana anaitwa ameimba hizi nyimbo. Ni msichana mwingine akimba anavaa hii ngepa inakaa kama ya kwa pilot.
Mbona alipigwa akapigwa marufuku?
Sasa unajua vile mimi naweza kujibu, sisi kama SDA, si ati mimi hizi sheria si zangu. Unajua nikisema sisi kama SDA watasema ati kuna wengine watanipuuzia ati kwendeni huko. Mimi sikuziunda. Mimi nasema tu vile mimi nizaliwa nikazipata katika desturi na katika msingi ya kanisa yetu. Ni ya kwamba kama umekiuka kinyume na zile tunasema fundamental beliefs kwa lugha ya Kimombo, ukizikiuka kuna zile tu unachukuliwa. Kuna kitu inaitwa church board. Unapelekwa huko, inakaa kama baraza. Ukishapelekwa huko kuna vile wanakusomea mashtaka zako. Alafu ukubaliana nazo, watakusamea ama watakusimamisha. Kusimamisha inamaanisha kwamba ameruhusiwa kuja kanisani na sasa hajaruhusiwa kuimba hizo nyimbo zake katika eneo pahali tuko. Na kwa sababu ya kumhukumu ni kwamba kuna wakati alikuwa na launch album yake. Alafu kuna wale baina ya wageni aliyowaita katika hiyo launching. Moja yao wageni alikuwa anaitwa huyu comedian anaitwa Minjaki. Minjaki. Na Minjaki vile sasa alikuwa kama master of ceremony. Sasa Minjaki huyo wa Radio Ramogi, kuna zile mambo alitamka mbele ya waamini, mbele ya wasafiri wa kwenda mbinguni. Sasa wasafiri wa kwenda mbinguni walisema hii haifai katika hii hekalu yetu. Sasa hivyo ndio maana hapo mbele ya madhabahu kuna vitu ambavyo hufai kutamka. Sasa walimhukumu kulingana na hiyo hatua alichukua kualika yule mwenye si mmoja wetu ambaye alikuja na mchezo katika hekalu. Hiyo ndio sababu ya kumhukumu.
Unajua Miguda, kuna naomba nataka si kwamba tunaingilia dhehebu ama tunataka kuongea sana mambo ya dini, lakini kuna vitu saa zingine inafaa tuangalie kama jamii, tujaribu kukuwa na mazungumzo baina yetu sisi wenyewe, kama tuseme kama Waafrika, kwa sababu kwa takriban miaka mingi sana sisi Waafrika tukiangalia desturi na tamaduni zetu kulingana na tuseme kwamba Mungu, mimi naamini wacha niseme kwamba if you reflect on Africa traditional society, you know, when you listen and maybe go back through in our tradition, I believe that Africans did have their God. And if you read well, you will find that the African gods varied because, like, Africa is high multi-ethnic. Each and every person have their beliefs, but there's one thing that African believes on. Maybe you're coming from Nigeria, Kenya, Benin. There's African spirituality whereby everybody have different name on how they call their god. We have, like, when you go to the land of Nigeria, we have this the 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 god of Oludimare that was by the Yoruba people. You know, the god of Oludimare, as by the Yoruba, it was a god of creation, and this one was they knew this even before coming of the missionaries and all that. So I think at some time we are too judgmental, yeah, on, yeah, I think it should be God who should decide whether I should be going to heaven or not. But anyway, those are the restrictions of the church.
Unajua kakangu Benson,
Mhm.
kanisa letu la SDA
Yeah.
ni ile kanisa ambayo inatumia zile desturi na kimila za Wayahudi.
Uh-huh.
Sasa zile desturi na kimila za Wayahudi
Uh-huh.
tulizijumuisha katika kanisa letu. Ndio maana unapata kuna zile vitu kama leo siku ya sita tunafunga Sabato.
Uh-huh.
Na kuanzia leo jioni mpaka kesho jioni kuna zile vitu ambao wanafanya kulingana na vile Wayahudi walikuwa wanafanya enzi zao. Sasa unaweza sema pengine ati ni Kenya, najua ni vile sisi tulisahau zile maadili zetu kama Waafrika na tuka copy paste zile za Wayahudi. Sasa ukiona kama huyo msichana anahukumiwa, si yeye peke yake, kuna wengi, hata kuna huyu mwimbaji shupavu alikuwa anaitwa Joel Nayo, si kama unamkumbuka.
Namjua.
Kuna wakati Joel Nayo pia alihukumiwa na alimaliza miaka kama 3 hivi, ndio walimreinstate back. Siku hizi anaimba. Sasa hizo ni zile culture za Wayahudi ambao walidumisha katika kanisa zetu za SDA. Na si waimbaji tu, hata wale wachungaji ambao wanakiuka. Kuna mchungaji mmoja hapo saizi alitolewa katika hiyo uchungaji juu alipatikana na mambo ya hizi za mambo ya kando. Sasa kuna vile alisimamishwa, lakini sasa ni yeye amepatikana na kuna wale wenye hawajapatikana. Sasa nakumbuka wakati Yesu alikuwa ameletewa yule mama mwenye walikuwa anasema ati yeye ni mama alifanya zile mambo sasa kusema hapa. Sasa Yesu alisema aliwaambia kwamba he who has no sin should cast the first stone. So it means all of us have sinned and fall short in the eyes of God. So therefore, we don't need to castigate our fellow people or to put some restriction. So I'm in disagreement with whatever they're doing. Not I don't support it, but that's how the church operates. Anyway, I respect the church.
Yeah, we respect the church, but sometimes that we have to look and respect and say that, okay, this you can, and that's why sometimes I do say that, okay, I know the world has really evolved so much that we are trying to go with the world, but like when we come back and reflect on our African way of life, sometimes it's I don't know whether somebody is agreeing with me or disagreeing with me about the African way of life. We can investigate. Okay, that is that. My friend, we've been doing so much about the impeachment of the deputy president. Now it is something that is there. So, like, as from yesterday, over 200 MPs have signed to impeach the deputy president, and that is something that is there. And yesterday also, you listened to the CS for Interior, Kindiki, where he was saying that the protest that took place was aimed at overthrowing the president government, that is President William Ruto. So and when you look at all this, you come and ask yourself, does impeachment of the deputy president, and for those who are pushing for it, how does it help the common man? Because at the end of the day, it's about helping, or how we can see the Kenyan population have what they need to sustain their life. Does it? Even for the members of parliament who are pushing for this impeachment, some of them, if you look at them, of what they've done, some of them even are accused of killings. Yeah. Those who are pushing for this, what makes the difference between them? Some of them have looted the money, you know, they've looted the money that they're using. Or when you go on the CDF, they cannot account for some money. Some of them are even doing business, uh, some business that we they sometimes are not even legal, So, but now they're saying now they want to impeach the president, the deputy president. At what benefit does it have for people of Kenya? Yeah, we have the issue of IBCs here waiting, is in court. Time is running out, and we want by the year 2027, we want to go for an election. How will we go for an election if now we still do not even have the commissioners? So there are pertinent issues that are affecting the people of Kenya that I don't think focusing so much on the impeachment of the deputy president is something that the common wananchi would care most. Maybe what is your take?
Yeah, yeah. You have asked me about the issue of impeaching the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, with the regard of what Kithure Kindiki answered that he plotted the 25th June coup. So they want to impeach him on that ground of maybe leading the coup of 25th June, the failed coup of 25th June during the Gen Z peaceful demonstration. So that is the ground they want to impeach the deputy president. And if you ask yourself, Brother Benson, that they want to impeach him on the grounds that he has violated the Constitution of Kenya, or he has grossly violated the Constitution of Kenya, and also gross misconduct because he has been also accused of tribal leader. So if you try to, let us just be realistic,
Yeah.
some extent.
Mhm.
Today in the morning, I was of the point that if they must impeach Rigiji based on the violation of the Constitution of Kenya and the laws of this land,
Yeah.
let them also impeach William Ruto, because William Ruto also violated the laws of the land by. I just want to cite one example. President the president has the prerogative to appoint the cabinet secretaries
Yeah.
in the Constitution. So he should appoint the cabinet secretaries and the attorney general. There's nowhere in the provision of the law that president must appoint the prime cabinet secretaries. And
Yeah.
there's nothing like prime cabinet secretaries in our laws.
Mm.
So they should also bring another impeachment for Ruto on the ground that he appointed someone who is he appointed someone in a position which is unconstitutional. The prime cabinet secretary, that is unconstitutional. Also, the county commissioners, regional commissioners, the issue of old provincial administration is coming back. It's sneaking the old provincial administration in this new constitution. And the
Yeah.
issue of he said that he has suspended appointment of the cabinet administrative secretary (CAS). So it means not only Rigathi Gachagua has violated our laws, but also William Ruto has violated the laws as well. So if they are bringing those grounds of impeaching Rigathi Gachagua, they
Uh-huh.
should counter impeaching Ruto on the grounds which I have cited by violating our laws. And remember, they are saying that William Ruto has paid members of parliament, like 200 members of parliament, to sign that bill. Rigiji also has money. Let him also pay maybe double that money to other members so that they can bring. We want a draw. We don't want a one nil game here. Let it be draw. Let
Ed-
let Ruto be impeached, and
yeah.
regarding the occasion be impeached as well on the grounds I've just stated, that one of them has violated our laws
Yeah.
by trying
Mhm.
to to bring the failed coup. The other one has violated our laws by appointing people in the positions which are unconstitutional. So all of them have violated the laws of this land. Let
Okay.
us not take one side. And in conclusion,
Mhm.
The issue of impeachment, to me, it does not affect the life of ordinary people. That's why we said whether they
Yeah.
impeach Gachagua, Ruto, or they don't defeat them, it doesn't affect our lives. It will not affect this. It will not change anything. So we are not interested. That's why we are trying to advise them. If they must impeach Gachagua, Gachagua should counter the impeachment.
Okay, thank you so much. Hey, Marco Bura, habari gani?
Niko salama. Habari
Eh,
zenu?
tuko vizuri. Siku yako imekuwa aje leo?
Imekuwa vyema, nashukuru sana.
Mm.
Yes.
Ah, habari yoyote unayo kulingana na pali ulikuwepo, labda kitu ambacho labda unajua ambapo sisi hatujui, ambapo unaweza tuelezea?
Mm, so far I think you've touched. I was actually watching before I joined.
Okay.
Nimesikia mmezungumzia yale yote ambayo mimi nilikuwa nataka kuguza, lakini sijui kama mmeguzia hii mambo ya the governor the governor of Kirinyaga.
Yes.
Excellency, the governor. There's a group of women leaders who are fronting or kind of pushing her to go for the top political seat.
Mm.
That is for the deputy president's position or possibly the presidency.
Mhm.
I saw that there were a group of women leaders, including the Mama Ida, the wife of the former prime minister,
Yeah.
in that meeting. So I think that is the only thing. I don't know whether you talked about that as well.
Now we are coming to it, and that is a very good observation. We'll come to it, and we have also Gibson Corner is saying Gachagua is also not truthful like I thought. He said that the courts are corrupt. Who is he doing? Who is he doing running to the courts to save the skin? That's how it is. It's sometimes we tend to say the truth when it wants to favor us, or when something to maybe to the sympathy of when you want to get the sympathy. But Makubura, we were just looking at to what benefit does it have for the people of Kenya, especially with the impeachment of deputy president. So, and some also believe that if they feel it is not working, why can't all of them, then both the president and the deputy should go? Because if it is a violation of constitution of our land, then I think all of them have done so in several cases. If it is incompetency that we are saying that somebody has been uh, not competent. Yeah, because we've seen so many things that are happening. Look at this administration when it comes to court orders. This is the only administration that has gotten so many court injunctions like no any other administration in the republic ever since the Republic of Kenya came into existence. Yeah, and some of them are being done in a way that do not follow the law. You know, so, and when you come to even to the executive, those who are pushing for, especially for the impeachment, or those who are signing for those impeachment of Gachagua, if you go and look at their records, yeah, some of them have like cases, murder cases that maybe were in court. For instance, I think you saw during the campaigns what happened with the Ditma, this it's called the Ditmas Baraza, the MP, whereby you know, not even shout, but like there was a day he slapped I don't know who, and those things just went like that. And now you want to come and tell us that okay, deputy president is tribal. Who is not tribal? Yeah, yeah. You know, everybody, if you come to Kenyan politics, something that we have to accept, not even Kenya as a country, something that we have to accept is about tribe, you know. Talking about even the tribe, look at how employment has been done. Look at those PSS. Do you think it reflects the Kenyan image in those employments, when you look at the employment, whereby all Kenya are represented in the employment. So I think if to me, if that is the case, then the impeachment should be on all of, or let people, or everybody go home. Then people elect new government. That is what I think.
Yes, I think from where I said the government in place currently,
Yeah.
it is a defunct government according to the stance of the citizens of the Republic of Kenya. You remember in this regime, the people of Kenya came out and protested that the president was not following the law. The people of Kenya protested that the president was not respecting the rights of the people, that the president was leading a government full of corrupt individuals, that the government, including the members of parliament, were not doing their work as per what the constitution stipulates. So it is clear, because the people had shown by even going to the parliament and invading the parliament. And symbolically, that was a clear sign that the people had gone to the parliament to take back the power that they had given to the members of parliament.
Yeah.
This government is in place, but it is in place, but the people are having issues with it. The best thing that the president would have done is not to waste time trying to bring all these issues of impeachment. The best thing the president would have done in his regime is to ensure that they focus on what the citizens of the Republic of Kenya need. The best thing that the president would have done is to ensure that all the projects that were started and are still stalled are followed up until they ensure that they are all completed, instead of all these side shows that they're trying to bring, all this confusion that they're trying to bring. It doesn't really make sense. And as a people, the citizens of the Republic of Kenya, the Constitution gives us the mandate to say no to such characters. And what we are saying is that the whole of this government, everyone in this government, from the presidency to the lowest level of elective positions, MCAs, they should all go home.
Mhm.
Remember, there's a Kenyan citizen who once said that Kenya should be disbanded and everybody should go back home. I think that is what should be done. Everybody should go back home and then we start afresh. The level of corruption that we're still seeing in this government is too high. The level of incompetency among the top leadership is still high. The side shows and all those reasons that the young people listed while they were saying that they are not supporting this government, we are still seeing them. Extravagance, lack of respect to the citizen. These are still things that we are seeing as a people. And we're saying, if we are quiet, it doesn't mean that we've forgotten. It doesn't mean that we are weak. Let the people in power do what is right. And if they can't do what is right, then let them not waste time trying to waste public money to do impeachment, which are unnecessary, which are sideshows. That is our stand as a people.
Okay, thank you so much, Makubura. Did you? I was just listening and saying that even Senate does not have money. How come that the whole Senate does not have money? And if you look at how things are happening, and it also shows you how disrespectful that the the people the people who have been given the responsibility to be in the leadership are. And I just want to go and read for you something from X, and this was done, I think, yesterday by um, let me see, is it Oscar Sudi or no? Let me check on something about Oscar Sudi. Uh, you will know. what is happening. Oscar Sudi, the MP for Kapsaret or where. So so this is some of the things that he is raising. One, this is the thing he did today. Do you know what happened to the first health PS who was fired over KEMS allegation? Do you know the main force behind the firing? Do you know who pushed for the release of poisonous sugar impounded at Mombasa warehouse to the market to finish innocent Kenyans? If you know and you're a member of parliament, why can't you bring it on the floor of the house and name those? Give the DCI to DCI to take. That is one. Then another one. That is now. This is yesterday. This is one day old. This is what he was. To, uh, I think addressing the deputy president. My boss, it is no longer a secret that you are the mastermind. I quote, my boss, it is no longer a secret that you are the mastermind behind the dead on arrival plan to outstar our president. Young people were killed in the street. And now, one thing that now he says that he now agrees that there were young people who were killed on the street. Yeah, he agrees on that. Then, and those jailed as a result of the money you poured. And why should we jail if he's sure that that is the case? Why should we jail the young people if he knows where the money came from? You know, to sponsor demos. Yet you know, yet now you claim you are fighting for them. Yeah, yeah, for them. Save for the respect. Aliandika nini? Save for the respect we have for your office. You belong to jail. This is telling the deputy president that the deputy presidents belong to jail.
You know what is really happening?
Yeah,
These people, they're simply trying to play a game
yeah.
so that the people of Kenya will try dwell so much in these games.
And let me
Meanwhile,
just,
doing some other things behind the scenes.
before you continue, there's a very interesting part here that you'll have to maybe. Unfortunately, you are using upcoming politicians like James Gakuya, Alfred Keter, and Benjamin Githiru after attempting to mess up political careers of brilliant leaders like Ichungwa, Kimani Kuria, Cecily Barire, and Njini Nyoro. Just know we are woke and we are wise enough not to go after the piper, but the chief financer of chaos. Tuko macho mbaya sana. So this is what is happening. That is a point. So did tweet.
Remember the last some days back we said that what is really happening in this government is that when these people are coming together, they did not come together with the mind of going to serve the people of Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
They were brought together with a mind that they were going to do business, they were going to get wealthy. That is what actually they were looking for. They were looking for power so that they would use it to get every wealth material that they would need in this world. So what is happening now is that along the way, they have not really, some of them have played others, the other politicians. So this is where the conflict is coming, because what is now happening is that the president and the deputy, they all wanted specific tender, specific deals.
Yeah.
And that is why they can't listen to one another. That is why they can't speak together, because wote walikuwa wako na nia mbaya, na nia yao mbaya ilikuwa kunyanyasa wa Kenya na ensure that they got maximum wealth. So the conflict that they're having is that one of them has gotten too much, one of them is not getting too much, and that is what is also being done by their allies, the likes of these people who are supporting them.
Mhm.
So the game that we are seeing here it is not just a simple thing. We may see them dancing right, left, and center, but the real reason why they are fighting, it is deep. It is the deals that they have been doing that is making them not have a similar view, is
Mhm.
what is making them not have a similar way of doing things. So, and if you keenly follow by the, if you've been following the interviews, the morning interviews by the likes of Senator Onyonka,
Mhm.
likes of Senator of Busia,
Okia.
Okiya Omtata, they've been saying all these things. The likes, somebody like Senator Okia and Onyonka, they've been labeling, actually, they clarify everything the way these people have done it. And we've not seen anyone in the government, we've not seen the close supporters of the president even coming to dispute this. We've not seen any pressure from the state house trying to distance themselves from the accusations that they're being accused by these members of senators. So that clearly tells you that these things are true.
Yeah.
What is making them have differences is the deal that they have been making with the people of Kenya, deals that they've been securing on behalf of the people of Kenya, but then helping them, their family, and their close friends. Now they are telling us that they want to go for some loan. I think in UAE.
Yeah.
It's called Subuku. I don't know, Sabukuk or Subukuk.
Mhm.
Then they're telling us that they're not going for the Eurobond because the Eurobond is a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
We in the business sector, what we've known is that once you've had a good relationship with the specific supplier, of course, along the way, they will be giving you good rates.
Yes.
So we expected that these people,
Mhm.
the European guys, will be giving them a good rate. If they're not getting that, that means either way they're trying to, when they're making the deal, some of them want some kickback. That is why they want to get out of that and then go start negotiating on this other side, because they have now said that the best place they're going to take a loan is UAE. And if you keenly follow, you'll find that the brother to the UAE president, or the leader of the UAE, is one of the people. While this issue of universal coverage was being done, especially with the partnership with Safaricom,
Yeah.
his company is one which is associated with the
Adani.
with the supplies of the USC and this shift thing.
Yeah.
So this tells you, we, the people of Kenya, we know what is really happening. We are not blind. It is a deal. They're leaving Eurobond because they've gotten a good deal somewhere.
Thank you so much. Before I bring in Miguda, I'm reading from somewhere that I think that Moses Kuria alleges amount of money Rigiji requested from Ruto to fix Mount Kenya issue, but was denied. Does it mean that you have to? If we go with what Moses Kuria is saying, is rumorsly that should you should what happens? Why should you ask the president the money, or should it should go through the proper ways or channels on how to get that money instead of asking? Because if you ask, it means that is his money. Now you ask, and I can deny you or I can give it to you. It's my own discretion. Miguda, what do you say about that?
Today, I just want to be brief. You'll bear with me.
Yeah.
To respond to the issue of Moses Kuri, and the first one, the
Mhm.
issue of Oscar Sudi.
Yeah.
I do not believe that that was Oscar Sudi's handwriting, the one which which you were reading.
Kwani
And
wewe uko kwa mtandao unajua ni nani ameandika?
that's how they responded to him. I'm just trying to.
Eh,
play some gimmicks. So I will disagree with Marco Obura that even though it is a game, but there's some reality in it. A game to an extent of drafting an impeachment motion to impeach deputy. I think they're just in the deal has gone sour and they are enraged because of the way they started from the past year. Things are not moving on very well. There are some people who want to accumulate much than the other people. Talking about the issue of it is so-called primitive accumulation of state resources. They accumulate it primitively. The issue of Moses Kuria and the issue of he wanted to get a order or a authority from president to access the money. They should distinguish between public money and their own money. Public money is not person's property, maybe money, or it's not Ruto's money. That's the public money, and that's why there is even Auditor General in control of budget, which enjoy the security of tenure, and they have been put in the commissions. So it simply means that people do not understand even why they are leaders. They don't understand that they are even public officer. A public officer is not a private firm you are running. That I want to ask Brother Benson if I can use this money. No, you should not ask Brother Benson. They are channels. That's why I told about Auditor General and control of budget. And there is everything must be a public participation. So they should distinguish about the what belongs to the public and what belongs to the individual. They should not misquote what belongs to them with what belongs to the public. What belongs to the public belongs to the public. And we are just a custodian. So whenever given that an opportunity to take care of what belongs to the public, try to do it with full integrity. Do not try to bring your own personal interest in what belongs to the public. That's why you find we end up having some disagreements. And if you dig deep, all these disagreements are just based on individual interest, not public interest. If they could be based on the public interest, we could have not reached where we are today.
Okay, thank you so much. And there's also another developing story where Laikipia Youth, the Laikipia Youths files petition to stop Rigiji impeachment. We won't allow. And I'm now seeing this. This is usually what usually happens when we have a matter that usually affects maybe a matter in the political domain, and this impeachment, it will go tribal, yeah, and it will be a war between two communities. I'm telling you, from the way things are going, you know, because this is a situation whereby now the two communities will be saying, the community from the president's side will say that you are disrespecting our son, because based on the accusation that the deputy is leveling against, the Sudi is leveling against the deputy, yeah, for being a financier to overthrow the president government. Even there are those allies of the deputy president that actually they've gotten a court injunction, yeah, those MPs, yeah, not to be arrested, So they are also going to be a pushback. So it's going to come from a national issue, if to say, to a tribal issue. So that is what is happening. Makobura, Miguda seems to be out of gone somewhere. What do you say about the stand that the SEK Church are saying? Okay, the deputy president and the president should end the wrangles and they should have like a dialogue. Why is it that always the church they call for dialogue, but they do not want to go directly to the issues? Because before coming to that dialogue, why could they find out what is making this wrangles, or what is the issue why the executive office there's the wrangles?
The people of Kenya have gotten to a point where we no longer believe so much in the religious leaders, especially from these other churches which were started just some times back, because majority of them have been taking a stand.
SEK has been here for the longest time, and in the presser there was Ole Sapit, And remember what happened during the time when at Bomas.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
We've had problem with so many religious leaders, especially that religious leader that you've mentioned, because they're the people who have sold this country to the highest bidder. They're the people who have been used by the political class. The political class has actually used them so that they sanitize corrupt leaders. They're the people who have been used to bring political class in the altar of God, so that the political class would convince the people in the churches. You know, these people going to say that they should have a dialogue. Personally, I'm not against a dialogue, but the question would be, why are they not finding? Yes, that's just the same way you had put it.
Yeah.
Why are they not going deep to get to understand what is really causing this rift?
Yeah.
Because if they would have gone deep to understand what is really bringing this chaos or issues, then they would know how to tackle it. Just calling for dialogue without knowing the root cause is not a solution. And that's why we are saying as a people that the religious leaders need to have a stand. Having a stand means they should act as uh, people,
The watchdog of the society, the
yes,
spokespeople of the society, like
yes, they should
watetezi.
come up without fear. That's why most of the time I've mentioned here that sometimes back we used to have religious leaders with a stand, the likes of Ndindi Mwana Wanzeki,
Zeki,
the likes of,
Njoya,
yes, and this bishop who was killed in his way in Eldoret. He was coming from Eldoret.
uh, Father who? It was Father somebody.
He was Bishop somebody. He was actually a Kalenjin. And this bishop stood. He was actually, they had told him that he would be killed. And he said he's not afraid of death. And then on his way, while he was going to, I think, Bungoma, he met accident and he died. These are bishops. These are people, religious men who stood with the people of Kenya. These are people who knew that they have been called by God to serve the people of Kenya. Serving the people of God means standing for their rights. When someone is going against their rights, you remind that person that these are the people God has given them life. Life is sacred according to what Christianity teaches.
Yeah.
Life should be ni kitu inafaa ilindwe vizuri, inalindwa na serikali yako na pia wewe mwenyewe unajilinda.
Unajilinda.
Religious leaders, the people who should come out when they're seeing corruption, they should come out because them, they enjoy some like wako katikati. Even if they come out, people would actually believe them. They don't have interest. There are people who are standalones. There are people who can come out and say, wewe achana na mambo ya corruption. It is not similar to what the opposition leader would do.
Mm-hmm.
Opposition leader, they are somehow limited. But religious leaders have this freedom to express these things before the people. So we are currently lacking that as a people. And the reason why we are lacking this as a nation is that we've given too much freedom to the religion to an extent that the people who are getting into these religious positions, they're not really people who are called by God. They are people who have gotten to these positions because one way or another, they are looking for something. Majority of religious leaders that we are seeing misusing religion, they are hiding behind religion to siphon money from the people of Kenya. They are hiding behind religion so that they can also get into deals. Actually, some of them are being used by political class because they've not been taxed the way the constitution protects them. And most politicians are actually taking that money and then taking it to church to sanitize, so that they would say that this was money from church, this is money. they have gotten to this point where they are making deals with these religious leaders. So it is tough for these people to have a stand. It is tough for these people to criticize. It is tough for them to say in their eye that what you're doing is wrong. That is why most of the time, whenever they see problem within political class, they come up with things which are nonsensical, things which do not make sense. Now coming out to tell the people of Kenya that the president and the deputy should have a discussion on what? Do they even know why they're not having a discussion? The president is an adult, the deputy president is an adult. People who are surrounds them are adults. If there's anything that they want to discuss, of course they would have discussed. They should look at the root cause and then approach it from the root cause, not just coming from nowhere. Unakuja helu helu. We should stop this kind of behaviors that we are seeing among the religious leaders.
Okay, Makoburu, unajua mimi saa zingine huwa nimekubaliana na wewe 100%, kwa sababu hao maviongozi wetu ambao wako katika, tuseme kwamba viongozi wetu wa dini, wengi wao huwa wanatuangusha sana, kwa sababu unapata wakati shida iko watanyamaza, lakini wakiona sasa maji yamezidi unga, ndio watakuja, watatembea, watakuja sasa. Because even, let me just take you back to when we were having this issue about the 2022 general election. You know, as people keep on, that bitter exchange was taking place, they, you know, they were just quiet. Yeah. Then after some time now, you see like, okay, now they started, they went to the Right Honorable Prime Minister. They were connecting between, you know, finding ways of how they can, somebody can concede the grounds and what, you know, and if you look at very keenly, the political class have really changed the type of the politics or the type of campaign that they do. The campaign have gone from the normal campaigns that we usually know to church campaigns in the name of today tutakuwa tunafungua kanisa fulani, maviongozi wa kanisa watakuja watoe pesa, na hapo wakikuja ni siasa. Na hizi unapata kwamba these church functions, there are so many, yeah, there are so many, such that when they go there, it is about that tumekuja hapa kuja kukufungua na tumekuja kutuma asante zangu ziko. Kuna wakati mpaka makasisi hao wanazawadiwa gari na wafanye na wanasiasa, na unapata mtu anazawadiwa gari, lakini ukiangalia huyo mwanasiasa, hata kuna mtu ambaye anataka aende shule ama kuna mtu ambaye anataka matibabu hawezi patiwa, lakini siku hiyo saa zile gari inaenda kuzawadiwa, kamera, watu wa media watakuwa hapo na huyo atakuwa anasema asante sana, nimekubaliana na wewe. So unapata kama ni kitu ambacho ni kidonda sugu sana katika jamii yetu ambao sisi tunaishi. Tukiangalia sana hawa viongozi wetu wa kanisa hawafanyi jambo vyema kabisa, wataki kusema mambo ambao nchi inaendelea. Mimi na wewe tunajua kwamba wakati watu walikuwa wameenda kwa maandamano, kuna mavijana ambao mpaka saa hizi bado wajulikani waliko. Kuna wale ambao wamepoteza maisha yao kwa njia tatanishi. Kuna wale wazazi ambao bado wanatafuta haki. Lakini unapata sana sana viongozi wa kanisa waongelei jambo hili. Hakuna mtu mwenye amekuja akaambia rais, hivi ndio mambo inafaa ikuwe. Tunataka kukwambia ukweli, ukweli iko hapa. Fanya hivi ndio nchi ikuwe mzuri. Hakuna wale wametoka wakasema ati leo sisi kama nchi tunataka tuombe tukue katika umoja. Ni ile tu mtu anaongelea tu kivyake, kanisa hili nataka. So ni kitu ambacho kama jamii tunaona tujafanya vyema. Ni kitu ambacho inafaa sana tupige darubini, aswa sana sana kwa makanisa zetu. Ni hawaangalii jamii sana, lakini wanajiangalia hao wenyewe, wanaona wanataka wafaidike. Ni siasa ya kimpango. Tunaweza sema kwamba ni siasa ya kiroho. Mako Miguda, habari gani?
Should I respond to the question of the church?
Yes, hebu sema. Wewe unajua wewe ni mcha Mungu bana.
Lazima ukuwe mcha Mungu, hata wewe lazima ukuwe mcha Mungu. Kila mtu ni mcha Mungu. God is everything. Then
Yes.
hata wanasiasa wamejificha kwa Mungu. So si kitu kibaya lakini mimi siyasema mimi ni mcha Mungu, yes, lakini sijifanyi kama wanasiasa wanajifanya ati wao ndio deputy Christ. We are just ordinary Christians. So the issue of AIC Anglican Inland Church, African Inland Church, or ACK, African Church of Kenya. And you know, the leader of the ACK by Ole Sapit was a diehard for Raila. And also we saw him during negotiation, during the Supreme Court petition, whereby he was telling Raila to stop, not to go to court, to stop the petition. He was convincing Raila to concede defeat, not to move to court. And the famous accept and move on. They used to tell us, people, accept and move on. Do not question many things. Once election is done and dusted, people should move on. So these religious leaders, they have been in forefront, and they lied to us during our demonstration that they will side with us. They are, listen to your Gen Zs, they are your sons, these are your sons and daughters, listen to them. Little did we know that after demonstration, we saw them as state house again, going to negotiate for their own stuffs. So to an extent, they are part and parcel of this mess in this country, because they are the people who are being used to clean these leaders in the eyes of the congregation, that they clean them to an extent that but they are being perceived as those people who are good in the eyes of the congregants. But that is not the case. But the religious leaders.
Okay, endelea. Hello, Miguda, endelea.
Okay, I was saying, no, my network is very much okay. I have no problem with my network. I was saying, they have been used by their politicians have found that they are our weakness. But even though, that's why I told me I'm just an ordinary Christian. So they can't be my weakness. Me, I operate the way I read from the Bible, the way I understand myself and God. No one dictates for me what to do when it comes to religion, because no one is super in religion. Because the same Bible which I read is the same Bible which they read, and tell us that all of us have sinned and fall short in the eyes of God. So therefore, there's no need of you to purport to be the deputy Christ. Therefore, what I was saying, these religious leaders, they are using these politicians on behalf of us to convince us, and that is the weakness of the believers, their leaders. You saw when Benny Hinn came to Kenya, people went there in massive number, and the president also went there, and they said, "Oh, the president has attended our crusade." So it means the people who went there believe that president is godly because he attended Benny Hinn crusade. But after the crusade, what happened? Many messes happened in this country. So these platforms, the so-called altars or the so-called synagogues, should not be used for cleaning these leaders, and that's why we get it wrong. So each and every time when we have a political problem, in this country, they seek religious solution. You cannot seek a religious solution to sort out political problem or economical problem. Brother Benson, we are being told in school that do your best, God will do the rest. And also we're being advised that God helps only those who help themselves. If you sit back and wait for you to pass exams, it is not possible. You must work on your subjects. You must just wake up in the morning, you read, you do your revisions, you pass. So therefore, you can't, after you have messed a country by being corrupt, by mismanaging our public funds, then you're going to charge to seek solution for those mismanagement. They're getting it wrong. And I don't understand, why is it that we have that thinking, our older parents? Why can't you see someone is lying to you? For instance, when President Ruto went to Bomet, he was saying that he went to X space and Gen Z ran away. Who ran away? No one ran away. And people in the village perceive it that it is true the way he has said it. So I don't know How do they know that some people are ignorant to that extent that they are lying to them and they believe? And even we have some cases whereby, for instance, because it is a religious question, let me put the issue of Shakahola.
Yeah.
The people who are killed at Shakahola, those who died at Shakahola, just ask yourself, if someone is serious about healing people, or someone is serious about giving people whatever eternal life, why can't they go to Kenyatta Hospital, Honorary Hospital, or even this local hospital, and they heal those who are sick there? Why are they waiting for people to congregate? Then they started such preaching. So it's more of common sense. And you find the people who are, even if find some young people who are enlightened, following such doctrines, those are false doctrines. So these false doctrines, our politicians are riding on them to to lie to our parents, more so the older generation, and they tend to believe them. I was in my village I think on August, I went to my village and I found youthful men asking me ati hiyo kitu ya Gen Z imefika wapi? Gen Z hamuwezi. So you are like, what's wrong with this guy? He has also joined the bandwagon. How can someone who is youthful objecting the cause of the Gen Z because he was saying that Raila has come to the equation, Raila has neutralized Gen Zs? It means even there are young people who have not changed their thinking. They still think with the old model of thinking. They think with the old school thought. That's where the problem is. That's why I'm in a worry, because what if our time come to lead this country? Or what if our times come to take positions? We will still have those people who will give us problems, who can still don't understand that a politician can lie to them through those gestures. And Brother Benson, lastly, why should someone who's ordained, someone who should be perceived to be a mediator between God and the people, for instance, a religious leader, why are they not telling the people the correct thing? Because the correct thing is they should not take bribe from politicians. The correct thing is they should not allow politics in churches, but they allow the bad things to happen in the presence of God's presence, because in church you perceive that that's God's presence is in the church. So it means even this, we tend to doubt these religious leaders. Some of them, we are doubting them.
Thank you so much, because one of the things that I usually look at when we come to the religion, based on, maybe I'm not very vast when it comes to Bible, but one thing that usually happens, we do say it is our Father. Father means is for us all. Our Father who art in heaven, the Lord's Prayer, that is something that you are ukikiwa kwa shule unapata unafundishwa ni ile hali ya kusali, unasema ile the Lord's Prayer, utaambiwa, unajua kuomba hiyo. Hata nyumbani pale uliko, ukiwa mtoto mdogo, unapata kwamba kama unalelewa katika dini, sana sana, labda tuseme unalelewa katika dini ya Kiislamu, wako na madrasa yao ambao inafundisha wale watoto ambao wanakuwa, lazima wanakuambia zile njia na tamaduni na jinsi unafaa ukue katika jamii uko aje, unaishi aje na watu na vitu kama hizo. Hiyo ziko kwa madrasa, sijaenda kwa madrasa. Lakini pia ukikuja katika huku katika kanisani, kwa dini ya Ukristo pia, kuna zile pale tunasema tuko Sunday school, watu wanafundishwa, watoto wadogo, unaenda Sunday school, unaambiwa jinsi unafaa uishi na heshima, ambao unaambiwa kwamba Baba Mwenyezi Mungu. Tukiita neno baba inaashiria kuwa ni mkuu, ama yule mtu ambaye anaangalia watu wote, ametuzaa sisi. Sasa swali yangu ni, je, ikifika katika baraka, tunataka baraka ama tunataka kuhitaji baraka kutoka kwa baba yangu, mbona niende kupitia kwa mtu? Mbona nitafute nyota? Lazima utafutiwe nyota, na hiyo mambo ya nyota pia iko. Mimi sina nyota, unaenda kutafutiwa nyota, na unaenda kutafutiwa nyota, unaomba kwa Mungu, lakini unajua huyu ni baba yetu sisi wote, tunamuita Baba aliye mbinguni, mimi na wewe. Lakini nikitaka kupata nyota yangu, unaambiwa lazima ufanye hichi na hichi. Hiyo ni kwanza. Ya pili, ukiangalia sana mazingira ambayo sisi tunaishi, sana sana mazingira ya Kiafrika, unapata kwamba kanisa imekuwa ni kama pahali ambapo biashara imekuwa imenoga sana. Na biashara imenoga tukiangalia kwamba hapa ni pahali pasafi, tumefika mbele ya Mungu, lakini biashara imenoga. Unapata kwamba ukiangalia maisha ya mtu ambaye anatuongoza kama pastor tuseme, ako na maisha mzuri, lakini wale ambao unawaongoza, maisha yao si mazuri sana. Unaweza pata shule wamejenga shule ya kifahari, unaweza pata hospitali ni ya kifahari sana, lakini wale ambao unawaongoza, unapata kuwa hata pesa ambao wakikuja katika hiyo hospitali, inapata hospitali iko na bei ya juu sana ambapo hao watu hawawezi, lakini unaongoza na pia hao ni wanakanisa ambao wewe unaongoza. Hii sasa inatupatia sura gani ya jamii ambao sisi tunaishi? Kwa sababu mara mingi tu tunaamini katika wale ambao wanapitia katika changamoto mingi. Tumeaminishwa kuwa kwa Mungu ni pahali ambao utapata usaidizi bure bila malipo. Ndio maana unapata wale ambao wanapitia changamoto mingi, wanapata lazima turudi kwa Mungu, tumuombe msamaha atupone. Wengi wetu tu, ya. Lakini unapata saa zingine ukienda hata kuombewa na pale itabidi umetoa kitu kidogo na labda huna. Wewe kwako vipi, iko aje?
You should not give something for you to be prayed so that the prayer can be answered. Because the person you are giving is literally making you poor. Why do you take much? You take everything. Some people are selling the parts of the land, some people are selling the animals they have, some people are taking their cars to the so-called. And remember, Benson, sometimes it's just a common sense. The Bible is very clear. Jesus said that no one comes to my Father except before me. So there was nowhere you said that no one comes to my Father except through Bishop, except through whatever they gave their names. So it should be a connection between you and your God. You should be connected with your God. Each and every person should be connected with the God himself. Because the God also said that if you ask, he said that if you knock, the door will be opened to you. If you ask, you will be given. He never said that you ask through somebody. Because that's very clear that just ask, you will be given. Knock, the door will be open to you. And Father Jesus said also that if you ask me a bread, I can't give you a stone. And if you ask me for a fish, I can't give you a snake. So I'll give you exactly what you ask for. It simply means that the interpretation of the Bible is far away with what is the original of the Bible. So the problem is with our interpreters. The people you are claiming to be the religious leaders, they are interpreting the Bible wrongly. So it depends with the audience, how you perceive it. With me, I have no problem, and I'm not a critic of any religion. I'm always very clear that I don't critique any religion. I have no problem with any person. But as for me, I read a Bible by myself, I interpret it by myself, and I follow the right thing according to the teachings of Jesus Christ. Jesus is not about love. You ask me about our Father who is in heaven. It is our Father, all of us. There's no. It is not, for example, it is not Ezekiel's father. That I must go to Ezekiel, to Shakawan, so that Ezekiel can ask for me healing from God. No, I just kneel down, I ask healing. God will heal you, because remember, in Jeremiah, God said that I knew you before you were born. I knew the plans I have for you. They are good plans, not bad plans. They are plans to prosper, to make you grow. So if God knew that in 2024, Elon will be in Kenya, MIGUDA will be in Kenya, 2024, Benson will be inexistent. You never knew anything. You never knew anything. So who is this person? An ordinary human being, just like you, lying to you that he knows your plans, he knows your future, he knows your star, he knows your nyota. Rubbish. I don't believe in those things. Me, I believe that it is only God who knows that I will be inexistent. And God knew that it is God who knows that at this time we will be inexistent. It's God who knows that at this time, even God, if you look at the prophecy very well, even the revelation of the future. There are some things which are prophesied by Prophet Isaiah that unto you a son is given. Indeed, Jesus was given to us that through the Jews, a salvation is given to the world. So we get salvation through Jews. So those things came to pass. So if those things came to pass, I also believe that it is only God who knew that I will be in existence. It's also God who knew that all those things will happen to you. Brother Benson, before Ezekiel came to existence, or before war came to existence, or before this one of Shakahola is called who? This criminal, Mackenzie. Before Mackenzie came to existence. So do you think those people, those Mackenzie's customers, were they not prospering? Were they not, in fact, Mackenzie got them already, or some of them were with jobs, some of them were with certificates, then he's convincing them that go and burn your certificates, go and resign from your job, go and sell your properties, come to me. So common sense sometimes. I don't need to argue too much. I don't want to go into details into this theology, because if I start arguing about theology, I can argue even tomorrow, and you can bring Eric Ayaga to solve that, because Eric Ayaga also has read widely about this prophecy and he knows what I'm saying, that this is the correct thing. I can't hear you. You have muted, Benson. You have muted.
Marco Bura, kwani
Marco Bura, nani? Opio Wandai amemnyang'anya stima. Opio Wandai amechukua stima yake.
Expert amechukua stima.
We were told that they were bringing experts, so it is so unfortunate that we are in the capital city of Kenya, and we are still experiencing this kind of blackouts.
Is it only on your area or everywhere?
It's in some part of Nairobi. I think it's because of it's raining.
Yeah.
Very heavy. So I think that might be the reason, because it was not really very strong. It was a little bit weak.
Okay, thank you so much, and that's sorry about that. And Gibson is a Shakahola reminds me of Bishop called Bishop Dare, ule wa watoto kumbuka. Watu walikuja huko.
Watu vibaya sana.
Watu walikuwa. And bado hujasema huu bishop pia alikuwa anaitwa nani? Quincy Timberlake. You know Quincy? Ilikuwa inaitwa plus, alikuwaga na huyu jamaa alikuwa anaitwa nani? Elon or somebody?
Elon Timberlake. Elon Timberlake.
No, Timberlake was different from Elon. Elon was the guy who had a placenta party. I don't think, do you know the history of Esther Runga during those times when Esther Runga come with Timberlake and all that? I don't know whether do you remember Esther Runga? Oh, by then you are still very young. She was a very TB. He was on the media, especially I think she was in KTN during those days, Esther Runga. And you know, with Helen, the placenta party and all that went, and Timberlake, I don't know what happened. We have to talk. Now, before we wind up, I just want to get your view. And this is something that also that we have to look at into. Yesterday, there was a memorial service, especially for the young souls that we lost in Nyeri. And the vice president was there. Eugene Wamalwa was there. The Kalonzo Musyoka, His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka was there. But there's something that stood for me that I felt that as the most thing that we are struggling with as a country is about leadership. Leaders who will always take opportunity or advantage of the situation and bring in their politics that will fit them. And the reason why I'm saying this, yesterday when there was that mass for the angels, the kids that left us in a very painful way, the politics played part on it. And immediately after that, the leaders went out of their way and addressed the the congregation. And if you're very keen enough, they're so, mothers were weeping. These are people that are in pain. And a leader comes and say that we stand with Rigiji. And we have mothers who have lost, their hearts of hearts are broken. But the only thing that you can say that is substantial to you, it's now we stand with Rigiji and nobody's going to impeach. And you go out of your way and even do politics in it and talk about how Mount Kenya is. That, yeah. The worst part of it, they did not even question that, okay, these kids are going back to school. Are the measures, the safeguards are put in place? Yeah. Where was the fault? And how can we as a country, find a way of preventing this? How can we become proactive? That is the leadership that we have. Your take.
I think the political class has been playing a game that they know better. Politicians, these are the people sometimes, the population, when Cesar is done, these are people who would come out and tell the people that, for example, if in some situations we've seen members of parliament even telling their people that they should be giving birth to at least 10 children, and then even without giving a solution, without coming out to tell them that we are going to support these 10 children. And remember, you're advising people who are very well to have at least 10 children in every family. Just because they want. Remember this time when there was this issue of that the number of constituencies were supposed to be reduced. There was this conversation. So for them, because they wanted to secure their constituency, they're telling the people that they should have at least 10 children so that they would maintain having their constituency. These people, and remember, the person who is advising you to have 10 kids, utapata yeye ako na watoto wawili, na ukimuuliza kwa nini uongeze ingine anakwambia pana uchumi ni mbaya, alafu is going to advise the citizen to do the same. I think the level of sincerity among the political class is in a level that, as a people, if we don't really find a way of managing our own lives and interests, then these people are not going to help us. That is why we've always maintained here that the citizens of the Republic of Kenya, we need to go back and get to understand our lives. We need to go back and evaluate the leadership of the people that we give mandate to lead us. Majority of these people, they are conmen, starting from the MCAs to members of parliament, to senators, to governors. The people who are going for this position, majority of them are not even leaders. They do not have qualities of leadership. What they have is they have relatives, they have close friends within the government, they have looted money, so they are trying to buy the votes from the people. So when they end up there, they cannot bring solution. The only thing they can tell the people is that you should give back to as many as possible. But then when drought come, when flooding come, you find that these people, majority, would not even afford basic needs. And then instead of them coming back to help the person that you advise to have 10 kids, you will not see them. They will be, the people will be saying that, who told you to have this many kids? We don't have money. It's not that even they don't have money. The children who died in Endarasa Hills, I don't know what academy, they needed to be accorded a good send-off by the state of the Republic of Kenya. Because what happened to those children is a significance of inability of this government to run itself. It is the government that had not done his work, led by the people, the cabinet secretaries responsible, coming down to the teachers. If they would have followed up the measures which have been put there, we would not have ended up losing young children. But since they had slept in their job, what they were supposed to do in that is they were supposed to clarify. They were supposed to give degree on how they're going to manage such kind of things. Should they come? But what we saw is the deputy president and his close allies and senior political class just telling us about the impeachment of the deputy president, a deputy president who was not performed as per the expectation of the people, a deputy president who has not respected the constitution of the Republic of Kenya. They are telling us how they are going to stand with someone who does not even respect and acknowledge that is a leader of the people of Kenya. Someone who does not even acknowledge that there are children who lost their lives in that school. They are coming out to tell us that they are going to fight for him, they are going to stand with him. Those are useless because they don't care about the parents and the children that lost their lives. It was so painful that their parents and relatives were crying. Instead of consoling these people, they are coming out to tell us how the deputy president is being impeached. That was really uncalled for. It was a show of lack of respect to the families of those children who died. It was a show of lack of respect to the souls, innocent souls, which were lost in that school. And from where I sit, I want to tell the people in leadership, the humanity, the humanity in us, it is what should always guide us. Let us not misuse the humanity in us. Let us not acknowledge that there are people who are suffering in one place or another. Whenever we go to places, let us speak by the mood of the people. Those people went to mourn their children who died unexpectedly. Death, which, according to them, is something that they never expected. Instead of consoling these people so that they would have peace in their minds, in their hearts, you are talking about things which do not matter to them at that point. That was really a show of lack of respect to the
Okay.
family,
All right.
and we should
Thank you so much.
see that kind.
Okay, thank you so much, Marco Bura, and we are very sorry about the Nairobians and where you stay, about the blackout, and we hope the CS OPO and I will look into it and see what to do about it so that we can have light in Nairobi. To everyone who joined us, we want to take this opportunity to thank you, Gibson Corner. Thank you so much for always being with us. Judy, thank you so much. Brenda, too, thank you so much for always being here for us. And since Makobura he's having a light problem or electricity, so I don't think he will be coming with the next show. So let's hopefully tomorrow they'll be fixed and we will have a show. So this is my take, Makobura. I know what sometimes it doesn't matter, especially when it comes to a situation whereby somebody has lost their loved ones. Politics will always be there. Yeah, when somebody is giving a send off to a person they love, you should give them those encouraging messages so that can keep them strong. But if you come in with politics part of it, it doesn't make sense, you know. And for that, I don't agree with um, His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka and His Excellency Eugene Wamalo for making the comments that they're standing with the Rigiji when the send off for those little ones were being done. They've been in politics for a long time, so they know that is not what should be done. And another thing, I don't think that impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua will bring any change to Kenyan people. No. And I feel if they have to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, will it change the status of Kenya, high cost of living, and all these things to do with education, healthcare, and all that? I don't think so. So I think it is high time it should came to their senses and they know that is not what Kenya needs at this point. Kenya needs that life that they should be comfortable with, and it is the duty of the government to provide that. For that reason, we thank you so much. And if you're here for the very first time, don't forget to subscribe, share, and be part of the family by joining our shows and commenting. Share with us your views, and that's what we want. In that case, I pray for everyone, wherever you are, and everybody, may you have a good life, good time with your family, and may you be successful in whatever you're doing and your aspiration to be actualized as you wish. Thank you so much, and may God bless you, and may God bless our beautiful country, Kenya. See you next time. This is Brother Benson.